All right, Tom, we need to talk about the big Tuesday night game at the Center when a certain former Sixer makes his highly anticipated return. He will play this time, he assures us. Talking, of course, about Ben Simmons. What kind of atmosphere do you expect at the Center, and how do you think the Sixers crowd will greet him?
Well, I thought last year there was so much buildup to that March game in which he did not play. Didn't even shoot around. He passed the ball before the game, and, he didn't play at all for Brooklyn in that season. So now he comes in, he's going to play. And I don't know that the buildup, it was ramping up, it felt like last year for days. But I'm sure like the people that are going to the game are going to be, still filled with some animosity and vitriol and whatnot. But Ben played last night. They played Memphis, and he played really well. And then Thursday night, they played Portland, and he played. And, Durant had 35. Simmons comes off the bench with 20, makes 3 or 4 free throws, and impacted the game. He was plus 15. And listening to Durant after the game, he was saying we needed to see that, like, as players, as teammates, talking about Simmons' performance. And I think for sure Simmons probably needed to do that as well. Because he has been, like in and out of the lineup even this year. So I would just hope that people, like, I get, that the animus, if you will, toward Ben Simmons for sitting out last year and demanding a trade and all that stuff, but that it's somewhat civil, right? I mean, you can be derisive, whatever, but just that nothing that would get away from the game clean, I guess, is what you would say, at least from my perspective.
Hey, he is coming off his 2 best games of the season, 22 points in the most recent game, I believe. He's back in the starting lineup now, it appears. Do you think he's ever going to be an all-star caliber player again?
He could. I mean, the talent is there. The physical gifts are still there. I don't know that it would be this year, but it's one of those deals sometimes, you know how that goes, Chet, where a guy has a great season, gets on the radar a little bit, and then the following year that happens in every sport. So it could be something like that, like the numbers that you're talking about in the 2 games and that I referred to, the Grizzlies and the Blazers game for Brooklyn. He played really well. So, and then you look at his shooting in that Portland game, he was 6 for 6. And I got the box right here from the game with Memphis. It was 11 of 13.
Yeah.
So he's an incredibly gifted athlete and a tremendous basketball player. And if he could get through everything health-wise in terms of both his back and his knee and mentally feel fit to go forward, I would think for sure he could, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, it's about productivity and consistency and being there, but the skill set for sure is there.